You're listening to
kpcradio.com.
Hello and welcome to another exciting tutorial on how to post on kpcradio.com. This is Mario Lawson. I'm here with you today. Going back to where we left off, if you didn't see episode 1, because this is episode 2 of how to post on kpcradio.com. If you didn't see episode 1 of how to post on kpcradio.com, go ahead and go to this button right here on the screen. If you go to that button right there on the screen, it should show you that video automatically. Now, the reason why I want you to go back and catch the first video is because we're following a workflow. This is a workflow that'll make sure that you remember to do everything, or to remember to do every step for posting properly SEO wise on kpcradio.com. And this video is mainly for the program director or any assistant program directors, or what I'd like to see is senior staff taking a forward step and finding out how to post their shows as well. Because this is WordPress, and you'll probably be using this out there in the real world yourself posting shows. So with that being said, if you're a senior staff member and you're watching this show, good, because you may be coming back and being the next assistant program director or a program director. Never know. So let's jump right into this, all right? We left off where you were placing the title and you were placing some of the information on the actual post from an old post, plus grabbing information from the email that the host sent to the studio address. Now, in this case, this is Geek Speak with Mark Lauer. Mark Lauer is also joined by Brandon Elkington on this particular episode, but he's also joined by another guy named Robert Correa. And now Robert Correa is not in this photo. This is also not completely done, a completely done post, because there's still some information from the last post. So the first thing I'd like to change is I'd like to go ahead and change it to jet engines. Now, you see I popped that in there because I had already typed it in and I Control Z back. So I'm going to keep going with that and Control Z forward and put the byline that I posted under the photo, which is every car needs a jet engine. Exclamation point, to be exact. Now, period. Let's stick with period. Every car needs a jet engine. This is something that Mark Lauer said during the actual show as they were talking about designing jet engines. Now, I'm going to make engines, or jet engine, the keyword. So I'm going to go down here to the focus keyword and type in engine. Now, with that being said, I might as well go ahead and take this title and make it the same title of the post, which is jet engine. All right. Now that I have a title for the post, I have a H2 tag, which is this one right here, and I have an H4 tag, which is this one right here. And in the H4 tag and in the H2 tag, I've put the keyword. Now, because this particular post jumps around from what we said from Mark's title, I'm going to have to add something, because you want to have that keyword inside the post somewhere. Now that I've done that, I'm going to jump into the next section, which is tags. Even though we used a tag already and we used the main keyword, I'm going to put in jet engine. Then after I put in a tag like jet engine, I'm going to put something like cars, video games, car, video games, car enthusiast, designing cars, custom car designs, video game car designs. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and place his name in there. Robert Correa. And I'm going to place Brandon Elkington. And I'm going to go ahead and put, with Brandon Elkington, Mark Lauer. And the name of the show, Geek Speak. So those are all my tags. And now I need to take some information from here on this episode, Marcus who discusses. So I'm going to take this first line and see how well it fits in the metadata description. And it says I'm 20 characters over. So I'm going to take it back to love for cars, period, and leave it right there. And then I'm going to place in there jet engine. On this episode, Mark, so now we have the custom fields. I'm going to change the name to Mark Lauer. And I'm also going to go back up to the text before I get to the bottom and copy the audio link and place it in the podcast enclosure. I'm going to add the new podcast enclosure file, and then I'm going to go up here and start to work on the photos. So next is to add the photos. So we're going to hit edit. We're going to click on the photo and then hit edit. Then we're going to go over here to where it says replace. Now, if you didn't see that, I'm going to go ahead and click off of here one more time and do it one more time for you. If I click off the photo, there's nothing there. But if I click on the photo, there's a little bar that pops up. Align right, align left, center, align left, align center, align right, no alignment, edit, and remove. So I'm going to hit edit because I don't want to remove it. I want to use that same area. But I want to replace it with another photo where I can upload the file, select the file. And since I haven't done this, I need to go ahead and do this. I need to rename the photos. And I like keeping the naming conventions close. The reason why is because you're using these photos online and they're being stored, they're being called to by Google. And if they're being called to by Google, you want them named, but not only named, as you'll see here, I'm about to do something extra. You want them tagged with a description. So in this case, we have 3 people that I'd like to put in the description. First of all, 3 people. The 3 people are Robert Carrere, Brandon Elkington, and Mark Lauer. And the reason why I want to put all 3 of them in the description because their faces are in the photo. As well as, once I put them in the description, I want to also make sure that their alt text is correctly stored, correctly placed. So each photo has an alt text that tells it something about where it's being posted or the reason why it was posted. And it basically allows people to understand, well, the alt text is basically for the search engines to understand the location and to link up the content with the photo. So in this case, engine is the keyword that I'm going to place right there. And in the description, I'm going to place Robert. I'm going to say Robert Carrere and Brandon Elkington on Geek Speak with Mark Lauer. Right, and I'm going to copy this because I'm going to use this also in the next one. So we're going to replace that photo, and we're going to go ahead and center that photo. Nice. So now we have the photo, we have the titles, we have the headers, we have the content, we have the audio. Make sure it still plays.
Food for thought, listeners.
And it still plays. We have the keyword. We also have the title. It's not too long. If it's too long, it'll say something up here. Let me see. Yeah, if it's too long, it'll definitely say something up here about it being too long. Like, warning, title display on Google is limited to a fixed width. Yours is too long. So that is why I didn't want to use his long title. No offense to him. Love the title, love the idea, but Google finds it very offensive. So as we keep going down, I make sure that the enclosure's in, and I go back up to make sure I got all the keywords and the categories selected. And for this category, I'm going to place this under entertainment. So we have Fall 2015 featured and entertainment, now that I know what it's all about. And then on the right here, because this post was supposed to be on the 24th, I'm going to go ahead and change the date to the 24th, hit OK, and add a featured image. Now that's when I'm going to add what I copied to the description. And I'm going to go ahead and put Robert in the alt tag area, underscore Brandon, underscore Mark. Now, most people would say you need to do them in order because it's Brandon. In this photo, it's Brandon, Robert, and Mark. But I'm not stressing on that right now. I wouldn't concentrate too hard because there's a lot of posting that always needs to be done for the program director. And this is a lot of work already. So with that being said, I'm going to set the featured image. And now that the featured image is set, I'm going to go ahead and save the draft and check to make sure it is at least okay for SEO. Now, okay is yellow and green is actually good SEO. So we'll see right now when the page finishes loading what score I got. And we got an okay yellow. Now I can check by checking the page analysis right here to see the reasons why. It says there's 85 words in this copy. Now I got an okay under 100 words. I can put more words in if I want, and that'll probably give me a green. It also says the page title contains the keyword phrase, but does not appear at the beginning. Try moving at the beginning. So they want me to put the keyword phrase somewhere in the beginning of this content right here. But I'm not going to worry about that. This says no outbound links appear on the page. That's a big no-go. And that's where I forgot something. And this is why I am going back and double checking the page analysis. The reason why there aren't any outbound links on this page is because I had to do a little research to find an outbound link. In order to add an outbound link, I'm probably going to do something like designing custom cars. Or, yeah, I'm probably going to pick something like designing custom cars. I'm going to click the link button as you just saw me click right there. And I'm going to find a link on the web that says something about designing custom cars. Then I'm going to put it open in a new window tab, and I'm going to go ahead and add the link. Let's say the link was http://carfax.com. All right. Semicolon / / I always say semicolon for some reason. Anyway, add the link, and there's the link. I can go ahead and save it one more time. And once I've gone ahead and saved it, it's going to let me know what my SEO score is. It's going to take the outbound link warning out, and this is pretty much ready to go. I still have an okay SEO score. I could raise it by putting more words in, but as you see, everything is where it needs to be. If this was the final post, if I had the proper link in there, I would go ahead and hit publish, post, and be done. So that's the 2 tutorials that you'll need to do posting SEO style for kpcradio.com. This is Mario Lawson signing off for kpcradio.com. If you need to find the first post, you can go ahead and click right there to find the first post. And if you want to replay this one, you can go ahead and click right there on the right hand side right here. Or is that your left? That would be your left. On the left hand side of the screen and on the right hand side of the screen. It's always confusing when you're on the opposite side. But on the right hand side of the screen, you will see a link that says replay or play tutorial 1. And on the left hand side of the screen, you'll see a link that says replay this episode. That's it for me. Once again, I'm signing off. This is Mario Lawson for kpcradio.com. You know what time it is.
We'll see you next time.